ask a history question about Shohei. Did you ever get a sense of why he met with you guys all those years ago?
They're charming. I mean, I'll be honest. I look back on that. We had a great meeting. It was, it felt like we prepared a ton. There was a really good dialogue, good conversation. Obviously, he was going to only choose 1 out of 7, but I think about the time. If I'm not mistaken, that was after 17. We had been to 3 NLCSs in a row, won a World Series. We had things rolling pretty well at that point. I mean, I think that it doesn't surprise me. He took a meeting with us, even though I think us and Texas were the only 2 teams that weren't on the West Coast, I think. So I think that was why we were outliers. But it doesn't surprise me given when that happened. I mean, we were, like I said, we had it rolling at that point, and I think he was intrigued.
Did you feel pretty good about a chance at that time?
Yeah, it was hard at the time because thought we were at a pretty big disadvantage not having a DH at that point. It was pretty clear that he wanted to do both, and DHing was the best option for that, and we couldn't provide that, and the Dodgers and Padres couldn't provide that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was 4 AL teams and 3 NL teams, and so I think that's right. I think it was Seattle, San Francisco, LA, Texas, us, San Diego. I think that's right. So yeah, it was 4 NL teams, 3. It was 4 NL teams, 3 AL teams. I thought we were at a big disadvantage because we couldn't offer him the ability to DH. So that, as good as the meeting went, we knew that was always going to be an uphill climb. And at that time, there was definitely a lot of questions about was he hurt or not. I think that I can't remember the details anymore of why or how many innings he had missed at the end of the year or whatever. But there's definitely some questions about like was he hurt? Would he need Tommy John? And so the ability to DH as opposed to play outfield was certainly something that was discussed at that time. So it doesn't surprise me in the end that he picked an AL team, but wish we could roll back the clock and take a shot at it again.
Whatever you projected about him when he came over, what has shocked you maybe the most?
I think going back to when he came over and when we met with him, there was 0 questions about his ability on the mound, and that's all borne out. But I feel like the bat questions, I mean, there's a lot of questions about, how would things translate, and, would he be able to handle inside fastballs and stuff like that, and, he proved he could do it. So yeah, I mean, there's no question that the offensive part of his game was underestimated. I think the pitching was probably viewed accurately. I think if you go back to that meeting,
Did you get any sense of, the fun guy or a personality when you were able to talk to him?
No, we had a great meeting, and that was a big part of our meeting was just, realizing that if we had a bunch of people lecturing at him in a different language, that wasn't going to be ideal. And so we kind of had him doing a bunch of different stuff, and he was really engaging and had fun with it.
We all silly like the mayor.